Chef Buck here, and today cooking up Chana Masala with as few ingredients as I can live with.
But we know it'll still be flavorful.
Yeah, it's going to be flavorful. Chana Masala, the Chana means chickpea. Masala is just a collection of spices. If you go to any Indian restaurant, you're going to find Chana Masala, and it's probably going to be different, you know, everywhere you go, because there are a zillion, billion, million ways to make it. So I got my heat on a medium, and I'm going to throw my oil in here. Use whatever kind of oil you like. I'm using a little coconut oil. But once your oil gets heated up, the first thing we're going to do is throw in some cumin seeds. And I would never leave the cumin seeds out of a Chana Masala, because that's a great flavor. Cooking with seeds is a great texture. You know, and you want your oil to be hot when you put them in here, and they'll start cooking and sizzling right away. And you only do this for maybe 20 or 30 seconds. You don't want to burn or overcook your cumin seeds. And a lot of times, boom, I put onion in here. I love onion in Chana Masala. But you don't have to have it, you know. But you do have to have garlic. And you don't have to have this much. But I have a garlic problem. And when I say problem, I mean a garlic gift. I have the gift of eating garlic. That's what I meant to say. But we're going to stir this around just for a few minutes. Not even for a few minutes, just for a minute. You know, to get a little bit of color on here. I'm going to add some tomato, and I like to use diced tomato. You know, you could use just some tomato sauce, but that's kind of thick. We're going to add a little water in here later. But you could use crushed tomato. I just like the diced tomato. Alrighty, so our garlic is getting a little bit of color on it. So before it gets away from us, I'll throw this tomato in here.
Already smells great.
Oh yeah. Once you start cooking up that garlic and cumin seeds, you know, it's going to smell fantastic. I'm going to go ahead and add another can, because I'm going to make a double helping of this, so that I'll have leftovers so that I can freeze it, because this dish freezes very well. So I'm going to turn my heat up just a wee little bit and bring these tomatoes up to a boil, up to a nice bubble. So my tomatoes are starting to come up to a bubble. I'm going to go ahead and add in some spice. Just a whole bunch of it. And like I said, wow, this is a double helping of spices, because I'm doubling the recipe. But spice is the key to this dish. You want a very flavorful Chana Masala, because this is a lot of chickpeas and a lot of tomato that we're going to have in here. So it's going to need all this flavor to stand out on your plate. And now I'm going to go ahead and throw in my chickpea. Use whatever kind of garbanzo beans you like. I got them rinsed and drained. Mix that in here. I'm going to throw in a little salt and pepper, you know, to taste. Again, it's a lot of tomato, so I got quite a little bit of salt.
Smelling good.
We still got it on a medium-high heat. And I'm going to add in 1 can of water. I want to soften up these chickpeas, get them cooked in with these flavors. Then I'm going to mash some of them up so that it adds a little bit of creaminess to the dish. But I'm going to go ahead and cover this up, let it come to a nice bubble. Just take a minute. Alrighty, so we got it up to a bubble.
Whoa.
So I'm going to go ahead and reduce the heat down to a simmer, and then we're going to cover it up and let it simmer away for about 10 minutes. You know, let all these flavors get to know one another, soften up those chickpeas. Alrighty, so it's been going for about 10 minutes, and I stirred it a couple of times. Now, you know, I'm going to have it uncovered, and I'm going to let it simmer away. These chickpeas have softened up a little bit. These flavors have come together. You know, if I had put flour in here before, you know, that would help to give it a little bit of a thickness and a creaminess. But I didn't do that, so I'm going to smash some of these chickpeas up. And you can do it just with a fork if you want. Just go around the pan and work your fork in there and smash some of these. But I like it a little bit chunky. I like having some of the whole chickpeas, and I like having some of the smashed chickpeas too. Now you don't have to use a fork if you got a fancy pants doohickey like this. Boom, boom, boom. But I don't feel like washing this. I don't feel like washing this today. And it's ready right now. You know, I could just simmer it away, you know, get it down to a consistency that I like, you know, cook off some of this moisture and thicken it up and be done with it. But I lied a little bit. So even though this is done and it's ready, steady, Freddy, I'm gonna go ahead and add in some Garam Masala. Just a little bit. And like I said, a masala is a collection of spices. Garam Masala, that's kind of a sweet collection. It's got some, well, I mean, they're all different kinds of variations. Cinnamon, clove, nutmeg. You know, you can buy all kinds of Garam Masala, and it's really popular now. But you kind of add this towards the end of the cooking process. I wish I could have left it out, but I couldn't just bring myself to do it. You know, because I associate just that little bit of flavor, you know, with Chana Masala. I'm going to put in some fresh cilantro because, I mean, that's just a nice color, you know? So I'm making this more complicated than it needs to be, but it doesn't have to be complicated. You know, you don't have to use the Garam Masala. You don't have to use the cilantro. You know, like I said, the key is spice. Don't be shy with the spice. The spice is so nice. What? That's it. Anything to add, camera girl?
Let's eat. Careful.
Boom. Like it. Subscribe. Can't think of anything that rhymes with subscribe. Alright, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the future. Like it. Subscribe. Can't think of anything that rhymes with subscribe.